Welcome to Lobster's list for February 3rd, 2013. Number 1. Artizens has online multiplayer for up to 4 players in this 2D action game for PC, Mac, and Linux. The fluidity and the personality of the animations really impressed me. It was also well pitched. One of this game's strengths is how customizable player characters are, allowing for the creation of interesting combinations of equipment and abilities. You can even draw your own art assets to use. Backers at the $15 tier are able to pre-order the game. The official website has a lot of good information and music samples on it. If you like Monster Hunter games, then take a look at this one. I am happy to see it has already passed its $30,000 minimum goal. Number 2. Wildman from Gas Powered Games is an action RPG and real-time strategy hybrid. The hero unit for your army is the Wildman, who leads them into battles for survival and capturing technology. The studio behind this is well known for its games Dungeon Siege and Supreme Commander, with staff that worked on Total Annihilation. By backing at the $20 tier, you can get a digital copy of the game for PC and access to a forum. The $30 tier adds another copy of the game and a download of the soundtrack. There is some drama about the future existence of the studio depending on this campaign. Number 3. Unwritten, That Which Happened, is a turn-based strategy game with shaping of the oral tradition of a clan over generations with your in-game decisions. You can guide that clan on their journey across a tundra to be judged by their god that resides on a mountain. This project felt like a mix between the Banner Saga and Bendito Machine, with the two art styles it switches between. The project creators compared it to Civilization and Oregon Trail. On their journey, they will encounter others, and repeat playthroughs are encouraged with randomization and the release of modding tools. Pre-ordering the game for PC can be done at the $15 tier, with other platforms being considered if it gets enough funding. A programmer on the team worked on Dishonored and may have to leave the Unwritten team to find work elsewhere if this campaign isn't successful. Number 4. The 90s arcade racer from Pelican 13 is seeking to revive the feeling of playing classic Sega arcade racing games with a focus on interesting and colorful track environments instead of adhering to gritty realism. There are 3 vehicle classes of Supercar, Formula, and Stock Car. This is being developed with the Unity game engine with 1 track and 3 cars ready so far. The project creator is known for his work in the past on a freeware game called Sonic Fan Remix that was also visually impressive. A digital copy for PC, Mac, or Linux is at the £10 tier, while the £30 tier adds a physical copy of the game. A future Ouya port is being considered, and if this project raises more than £20,000, then the addition of multiplayer may be possible. Now on to honorable mentions. Freedom Planet is a high-speed platformer inspired by games like Sonic the Hedgehog. It is already over 800% funded and is trying to reach stretch goals such as adding more playable characters and producing a webcomic. By contributing $10, you can pre-order the game for PC, and the $20 tier adds a download of the soundtrack. A demo is available on the game's website. Fortis Rex, Rise of the King, is an RPG where you play as a traveler who becomes involved in a war between an emperor and a rebellion. This game can be compared to the Mountain Blade series for its commanding of armies and mounted combat. One way it is trying to differentiate itself is differences in its combat system. You can pre-order for PC at the $15 tier with your name in the credits. The style of the characters' environments is appealing, but this campaign seems to be suffering from a problem of presenting the lore of the world more than it talks about gameplay. Darkened Light is an action platformer with RPG elements inspired by Castlevania games. The protagonist seeks to rescue his mentor, who was taken away during a training mission. You can pre-order the game for PC at the $10 tier, and there is a demo linked to from the project page. There are stretch goals to port the game for Mac, Linux, Xbox 360, and Ouya. Doraleous and Associates is a comedy web series set in a fantasy RPG-inspired world. I fondly remember when it was on the Escapist website. It has come to Kickstarter seeking to fund new episodes. The pitch video is likely going to be one of the more memorable pitch videos I've seen on Kickstarter this year, as not only was it funny, but it also allowed me to see some of the voice actors' faces for the first time. Thank you for watching, and I hope this helps those projects.